Hey, 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 it's Tia, baby, and I am back with another video. So this video is a sweet video today because I am delighted to talk about the upcoming alleged suing of Abraham Quintanilla and daughter Suzette Quintanilla. And they are being sued by Moctezuma, I think that's how you pronounce his name, Moctezuma Esparza. He helped produce the movie biopic in 1997, Selena movie, and he is suing them for basically a breach of contract. Basically the same thing that Abraham's tried to sue, well, not try, he did sue Chris for similar circumstances. So basically, before I go into it, I want to thank you guys for your support and everything, and thank you for, helping me out with, anything Selena. So I thank you guys for that, and I thank you for your questions, and I hope that you enjoyed the video and I answered your questions as best as I could. So before I get into this story, I will bring some people up to date about Abraham and his alleged suing rampage in the past. So he's been known to sue a lot of people, a lot of fans, a lot of, other people in the industry because they use Selena's name, and because he's not getting money from that, he's gonna sue. So yeah, he's been known for suing Chris because he said that Chris breached the contract the documents that he made Chris sign back in May of 1995, which was a month and a half after Selena had passed away. It was around my birthday, so when he had him sign that document, it was like the first week of May. It wasn't on my birthday. It was probably like between May 6th, May 9th. And he basically gave all of his rights to the father. He could not, produce anything. He could not create anything, Selena, without Abraham's approval, of course. And because years later, Chris wanted to do a series similar to what's going on now, but based on their relationship, his and Selena's relationship, Abraham found out about it and he sued him for it because he breached the contract. And he also did not approve of the book at first because he was going against what he signed. But eventually Abraham accepted the book. I don't know what happened, but he eventually, accepted the book. But he was not going for a series, based on their relationship because he was against it. So now the tables have turned, and now he's being sued for basically the same thing that he sued Chris for. So also, before I go into that, Abraham has also sued. When I was researching, trying to read as many articles that was talking about Abraham being sued, because I just want to make sure I didn't miss any information. I came across this article by NBCLosAngeles.com. Even though this was a year old. Actually, it's a year old. So I'm going to read you this article. I'm not going to go into depth with it. I'm just going to read. Basically, there was an air freshener company called Fuchila. I'm hoping I pronounce Fuchila. If I'm not pronouncing it, sorry. Fuchila Fresheners. And it's a LLC. I have a friend who owns her own company, and she said just because you have a LLC at the end of your brand does not mean that, does not keep your brand safe. It's always smart. Well, it's always smart, yeah, to trademark your company, because just because you have an LLC doesn't mean that somebody can't take your name, because somebody can take your name because it's not trademarked. So, you know, those who are trying to build a business, don't just depend on LLC. I forgot what LLC means, but you can let me know in the comment section, because I'm not an entrepreneur. So basically, this air freshener company, you know, was doing like making air fresheners, you know, that appeals to like Latinos, and they were making a Selena version of it. And Abraham found out about it, and of course he was upset about it, and he sued them. Why? Because Quintanilla Abraham holds the property rights to Selena's name and likeness for commercial use, all of that good stuff. So anything with Selena attached to it, if he finds out about it and you didn't authorize by him, he's going to sue you. So that's what he did with the air freshener company. He sued them. He said that it restricts such use and licensing to products and services that are of acceptably high quality to him, and for which compensation is commensurate according to his court documents. So basically, because he didn't get paid for it and he didn't authorize this, he was against it and he was going to sue him. And then it says that the Fuchila products are advertised and promoted by the company through the use of Selena's name and with slogans associated with Selena, including the quote, "anything for Selena," the suit states. But Quintanilla was not contacted, so that's another reason why he sued them. He said that he wasn't contacted by the company for permission to use the Selena image, nor has he been paid by the company to do so, the suit alleges. So basically, that's why he sued them, because he found out about this company that was making Selena products, air freshener Selena products, and he was not asked or approved this project, nor was he getting paid for it. So he was going to sue them so that way he can get money from them for using her name without his authorization. So yes, he sued that company, Fuchila, and he sued Chris and many others, you know. So now I'm going to go into the actual video. So this guy, Montezuma, if that's his name, Montezuma Esparza. So it states that the father of the late singer Selena and Netflix are being sued by a Hollywood producer who claims they left him out in the cold when he claimed to produce the new TV series. So basically back in 95, between the years of 95 and 98, he and Abraham were conversing about trying to make a sequel to the Selena movie or a series based on Selena as a child, or just another part or part 2 of the movie. But it never, they never finalized it. So then once he heard about this series, he was like, oh, hold up, wait a minute. Where my piece of the pie at? Why haven't I been contacted about, having my involvement in this project? Because I brought this to Abraham 20-something years ago. I should have been a part of it. I should have been contacted. So let me contact Netflix. He contacts Netflix, dialing his phone, dialing the number, or maybe he was emailing, going Netflix peoples, whoever they are, calling them or emailing them, and they basically gave him the cold shoulder, like, I don't know who you are, I'm not answering your request, so wham bam, thank you ma'am. So he's like, oh, okay Netflix, so you want to be petty and ignore my requests, ignore my calls, ignore my emails, ignore my voicemails. All right, okay. I got you. Okay, so you're on my enemy list. Abraham, where you at, AB Jr.? Where you at? No answer. You giving me the dusting on the shoulders? Okay. Suzette, Susu, where you at? No answer. Okay, so I gotta add Abraham Quintanilla Jr. on my list, and I gotta add Suzette on my list. Okay, hoes and bees. All right, y'all wanna ignore my request? Okay, I'm gonna sue your asses. So that's exactly what Mr. Esperanza did. He sued Abraham, Netflix, Suzette Quintanilla, allegedly. Even though it's on TMZ, usually if it's on TMZ, it's legit, but I'm going to still keep it safe. Allegedly. Let me continue. So, like I said, that he also was a part of the 1997 biopic Selena. He was a part of it. And like I said, him and Abraham discussed about doing another project, Selena project, but it never fell through. It fell through. And so he said the reason why he is suing Suzette is because he claims that he allegedly met with her and Abraham together to discuss a storyline he developed for a young Selena project, but nothing came of it. He says he was shocked when he saw in 2018 that Abraham licensed the Selena rights to Netflix. So he also says that he got the cold shoulder from Warner Brothers, from Netflix, from everybody. And he said that he's suing Abraham and Suzette for breach of contract, like I said, and Netflix for ignoring the deal he had with Abraham. And he also says allegedly that he's out at least $1 million in damages, he reached out, and also TMZ reached out to Netflix. So far, nobody has said anything. Netflix hasn't said anything. The Quintanilla hasn't said anything about, to him or whatever. So he's basically like, you left me high and dry, Abraham, Suzette, and Netflix. Like, are you serious? So now I'm going to give my opinion about that. I'm going to be like, Abraham, joke's on you. All that suing you've been doing for these 20-something years, all that documents that you want to hurry up and pass out to people, all these 20-something years, oh, now it's biting your ass back hard. And I hope that he wins, because it's only right. You sued Chris for the same crap. You were so quick to say, oh, he violated the contract that he signed 20-some years ago because he want to do a series on Selena. Then you turn around and do a series on Selena, and then ignored them. On top of that, you ignored Chris, never even involved him in the series, but yet you using his name and his likeness and his character in the series, but you never reached out to him. I'm surprised Chris ain't suing your ass, because I believe he should sue you because you are using the likeness of Chris Perez, you're using his character, you're using his name, and you never involved him in this project. So you have no right to really use him. But because he was not petty like you are to hand over a contract having you sign saying, okay, so since you want to give my rights away, to talk about Selena or to contribute to Selena, then that means you can't mention my name, you can't mention my likeness, you can't mention anything in reference to me about your family or Selena without my authorization. That's what he should have presented to him, since he sued right after he sued him for that. He should have countersued him for the he should have sent him over or mailed him over a document saying he can't use his name, character, or likeness of Chris Perez, since he can't use anything in reference to Selena. And that way he would have been able to sue him. But he can probably still sue him if he sees the series and he wasn't depicted well. If he felt threatened or felt like his character was not depicted in a positive light, then I think he can sue him for defamation of character, because you not only asked him, did not ask him to be involved in the film, you also used his character and his image in the film without his authorization, and then you depict him as this bad person in the film. But that's if he is that's if he's depicted that way. If he's not depicted that way, then he really don't have no case. But I mean, that's the only thing I would say. He should have, had him sign a document saying, oh, you can't use my likeness. You can't use the likeness of Chris Perez, because he's making money off of Chris, because he's in the film and Chris never was involved in it. Chris is not making money off this series. Abraham is. So it's not fair. Like, Abraham is fucking greedy, and he's unfair. Like, you gonna sit up here and sue all these people and sue your son-in-law or former son-in-law, but then you use him, and even though Chris is very much relevant in Selena's life, and he's very much should be in the series, but you should have contacted him and let him have his input on what he want and don't want in the movie, because you bring in his character in the movie, so he should be involved. That's what I'm saying. That wasn't fair, and it wasn't right, and it makes me believe that all those alleged rumors about the Quintaniers taking Chris pictures off the walls and all of this, I feel like it's true. Allegedly, I feel like it's true, because you do some underhanded stuff like that by not involving him in the series, but yet you're using his name and character and likeness in the series, and you sued him for the same thing you're doing now, and now your ass is getting the taste of your own medicine, and you're getting sued for the same thing you did to Chris and you accused Chris of doing. You just did with the producer, your producer friend or your producer. Like, that's wrong. So I hope he does win. I hope Mr. Esparza, I keep wanting to say Esparza, I hope he wins the case, because serve you freaking right, Abraham. Serve you right. Because you've been doing this to people for far too long. Now, I understand if some people are making Selena merchandise unauthorized and then they making money off of it. Yes, that's wrong. Legally, that's wrong, because you are the sole owner of it. However, don't go saying, now that this is out, don't go saying all that all loosely. Oh, yeah, I'm suing you because you using Selena's name and likeness and all that without my authorization, when you just did the same thing. You just did the same thing. So you can't even say that no more. You can't say that no more. It's all done. So my well wishes to Mr. Esparza. I hope you win. I hope you get what you deserve. I hope that, they will pay up, since they want to be petty and ignore you and not involve you in your hard work. I hope that you get your royalties, because actually it was his idea. If this is true, that he went to Abraham and Suzette proposing a young Selena project or a continuation of the movie, then he has every right to get his money, because it was his idea, not Abraham's, not Suzette, allegedly. So this is all I have, and I'll come back with you with another video on December 4th, when I give my commentary on the first episode of the Selena series, because I will not be putting out a video next Friday because of the holiday. And I want to wish everyone a happy Thanksgiving, and be safe and eat well, and I will see you next time. Peace.